congratulations to Dalton on being selected in the 32 for the Vista Northern Tour. And also congratulations to the guys that have been named for the first time for the wider group that are coming to Japan.
Dalton was an under-20 star not so long ago. More as a 6, he's a big man, but he's played quite a bit of 7 this year for the Blues. Injury plagued during the Blues season. Very strong Mitre 10 Cup. We needed more cover at 7. And so he fits that bill, and uniquely he can play 6. We often haven't had guys who can interchange that role, either 7 or 8 like Artie can, or 6 and 8 like Liam Squire can. But I can't recall having a guy who can do 7 and 6, or appear to do 7 and 6 seams. Look, he's a big, strong man. He carries well, defends well, works hard. So we've been impressed with him. He gets an opportunity.
In the end, we made a decision based on the fact that Dalton can play 7 and 6, and we think he's a player of the future. So we wanted to have a look at him, and Evans is coming and Hunter both coming to Japan as well. So I guess we only could pick one of the 3, and we've done that. But we get a second bite at the cherry, so to speak, by seeing the other 2 in Japan. We're excited about both legs of this tour. Australia have shown real tenacity in their last match and are going to be quality opposition. And we're also excited about what comes with the Japan game. When you think back to the last World Cup, they were good enough to beat South Africa. They're making great progress, and it'll allow us to get a really good feel for what we're heading to next year. We're using the same facilities, same hotels, same training venues, etc., etc.
And also the other part of it is, well, we see these guys not so much from afar, but we don't have our hands on them. It gives the All Black coaching group a chance to get their hands on some of these players and can make a real assessment of them and help keep them developing. So, helping build our depth, where we're reasonably blessed anyway, is a good thing.
The idea of naming only 32, which is 1 less than last year's touring group, is to try and simulate as much as possible conditions that we'll face from a selection point of view in Rugby World Cup in 2019. We of course have 2 games in Japan, which allows us to simulate the round robin part of that competition. Australia being the first one, which is similar to what we'll get first up against South Africa, top opposition. And then we get Japan as our second game. And then the tour then heads to Europe, where we get 2 big games in England and Ireland, and another big game in Italy, who are part of our pool. So for us, the tour's got a lot of benefits from a Rugby World Cup point of view.
And because we're sending a group on early to prepare for England, to make sure we get acclimatised properly, we had to add another group of players to leave 28 in Japan to prepare for the Japanese game. So fair bit of work went into that. When we knew the structure of it prior to Christmas, I think the first cut at the spreadsheet of players started in April, and it was always part of our selection discussion procedures as we went through the year. And then very recently it's just had to become reality. And again, we've just had to deal with some injuries. That's just the nature of the beast. But yeah, we're happy with the 32, and some other guys will get an opportunity against Japan, which is exciting for those players and for the coaching group as well.
When you first come up with the idea, it doesn't seem to be too much of a juggle, but as time goes on and people get injured and you've got to find replacements, it does become quite thought-provoking, and you've got to take the time to make sure you've got the right people. And in some of the selections, it's not just about today either, it's about the future. And I think after a lot of consultation between the 3 of us, myself, Foxy and Fozzie, I think we've come up with a group that we're really satisfied with.